Talk to your children about their behavior. That's part of the message that Upper Darby School District Superintendent Dr. Dan McGarry wants parents to hear loud and clear.
So in a letter, the superintendent described the past few months as being physically and emotionally draining. He said teachers at Upper Darby High School are worn out and cannot provide students with the best they have to offer in this type of environment. The school superintendent also encouraged parents to speak to their children about treating one another with respect.
So, doctor, what's the reaction been?
Mixed. Obviously, the reaction from some folks in the community is that teachers and administrators could do more, that we're not doing enough. And that's fair criticism. I'm sure we could always do more. But from a teacher's perspective and school administrator's perspective, the amount of time and effort that's going into conducting an investigation, whether it's bullying, which is a federal law, there's specific requirements to investigate that, harassment, physical altercations, a threat. The number of times there's a threat against a school on social media, and we're not the only school district facing this, requires a significant amount of documentation. And all of that takes away from teaching and learning. So there's a lot that's going on in our schools today, and I wrote the letter after communicating with not only our police, but also with our teachers union and support staff, where they want to know that we're going to support them. Obviously, public education is under a lot of scrutiny right now. There's a shortage of teachers and staff. And this is a significant contributing factor. There's a lot of fear among administrators and teachers that if they miss something, if they don't do something well, that they're going to be held responsible for it. I don't know that anybody went into this profession focusing on disciplining children.
Right. God, yeah.
And what's the scenario now? Because you mentioned some of it is bullying, but what type of things are you seeing that's causing, this problem?
Look, a lot of focus has been coming out of the pandemic. Obviously, there's been some concerns with mental health and isolation, and I don't want to blame it on that alone. We were seeing these kinds of behaviors prior to the pandemic, and what we're really focusing on now is re-engaging supportive relationships with students, but more than anything, picking on one another, harassing, bullying.
Physical fights?
Physical fights. Parents getting involved, adults getting involved.
With the fights?
With the fights.
Wow.
Conduct on school buses. We have a shortage of school bus drivers. Part of this contributes to that.
True.
But social media commentary, I think, is one of the most negative contributing factors to what's going on.
True. And I want to address, because we put this full screen up, these are what, basically want to use this as you have different things that you're doing based on what the incident is. So cutting classes.
What happens if they cut class?
Yeah, so we have a process in place at the high school where if you are cutting, and the middle schools, this is really predominantly secondary, although our elementary schools are seeing some concerns as well. But, cutting classes and roaming the hallways of the school after X number of cuts in a given week, we have a meeting with the parents and family, try to re-engage, and then we consider a move to virtual instruction.
What about you fought somebody in the hall?
Yeah, it could be a suspension from school, could be a youth court. We were talking earlier, we have youth courts in our schools and a jury of your peer. We have conflict resolution programs with Child Guidance Resource. We have Lakeside Neurologic, which is trauma-informed care.
And then social media, if they're caught bullying or any kind of thing that's inappropriate on social media.
Obviously the quick knee-jerk reaction is to discipline kids. And I made it clear in my communication that discipline is part of this, and there will be discipline. Teachers and administrators right now in school districts feel like we've gone too far one way, that there aren't enough consequences for your actions.
It sounds like there's a ton of paperwork that you're talking about.
And that's taking away from the classroom.
It is.
But how do you know that a parent's going to say, oh, that's my child, I need to talk to them? Because isn't it natural for parents to say, oh, we see this, message that we sent out. We're not talking to us.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the main messages in my communications. We really need to be a united front. No school administrator, no teacher wants to be calling home over a negative confrontation. We want to be a team. We've been united. We want to restore the student back into the learning environment.
What do you want the parent to say to the kid?
Get it together. We're here for one primary reason, which is to get an education, have a positive outcome in your life, and to not have a negative outcome. And we need our parents to be supportive. Get involved in your home and school, support your administration, get to know your teaching staff, and become a united front that we are not going to conduct ourselves this way in our schools, in our communities, our businesses. In our communities have reached out.
Any negative response like, oh, you're putting it back on us?
Yes, sure. I've received that. I've also received communications from principals from around the country who have reached out over my letter saying, thank you, we wish that a communication would have come out from our area because we are exhausted, and we want people to know we need their help. This is causing people to leave the profession.
Wow. It's a
Doctor,
joint
thank
effort.
you.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Keep us updated, too.
I will, certainly.
How it's going.